I want to ask you a couple of things about Goodfellas, Ray. I just want to go down this wormhole with you, if you don't mind. Is it true that the famed scene of Pesci saying, "How my clown do I amuse you?" He was ad-libbing it, and at one point you literally thought that he was serious, that everybody thought that he was really being serious? Is that a true story or no?
It's a true story that happened to Joe. We had the luxury of having 2 weeks of rehearsal. Me, Joe, Bob, Lorraine, and Martin Scorsese. And Joe, he's a great storyteller, and he was just telling a story that how he was in Queens one day, and, he said something to a guy like, what we're thinking, and the guy just turned on Joe in a dime. So Joe was kind of like backing off, saying, no, I'm just saying that you. So what happened is he told that story, and Marty said, you know what, I like that, and I know a good place to put it. Let's work this out. So we just started we were ad-libbing back and forth. But then when they thought that when Marty thought the scene was shaped to where it would sound good, and then it was part of the brilliant script that they wrote. They added it in, and what happened was, all right. So they're doing all those extras. Mm-hmm. There's like 100 extras. We're going through the kitchen. We got a guy picking up a table, moving it. Right. And then boom! All of a sudden, we're in the center of this thing. She says, "What do you do?" And I says, "The construction." Then it goes up to Henny Youngman. And after all that, he forgot his line. He forgot his own joke.
Are you serious? For real?
Yeah.
So that one huge long shot that he did. So what happened?
We had to do it again. Wow. Because the whole thing was a one shot. It was like this, steady cam, and
right.
That wasn't. There's no cutaways. It was on us when we sat down, and then to Henny for the joke. And he did it the second time, the third time, everything was fine. But I just thought, well, here's a little fun fact for you.
So your line was ad-libbed about, I'm just joking with you, like seriously, like the funny house scene.
Oh yeah, that
was all. Oh,
totally. Because I know that Tommy's a nut job and kills people at the drop of a hat. I don't even know if that's an expression, but I like it.
No, that's not a bad one, Ray. That's not a bad one.
A drop of the hat, huh?
I like it.
Yeah, I'm getting jockey.
What's your favorite scene from Goodfellas? Which one are you the most proud of from that film that I've seen 90 million times? Literally, it's maybe the movie I've seen more than any other movie in my entire life is Goodfellas. So which one would that be for you?
It's two-edged, and I like you, and I feel like we're just talking alone, even though there's probably millions of people listening. My mother passed away in the middle of shooting Goodfellas.
I had no
idea. She died of cancer. So there was a scene that we did to finish up the day, and then we were off on a Friday. Saturday, Sunday was a burial, and people coming over to the house to mourn. And the most classy thing that was done was a lot of the Teamsters and Pesci came to my house in New Jersey to pay respects to my mom. I can almost get choked up now. And so it's not so much a favorite scene, but when I come back, the first thing is Karen coming at me yelling, "Who do you think you are? Frankie Valli? You can't just make a date and not show up and blah, blah, blah."
Right.
So it's not that it's a favorite scene to do, but it's the most emotionally packed thing in the movie for me, just based on that light, fun, little airy story that I just told you.
No,
that's just dropped your rating.
No, not at all, Ray. No, not at all. It's a fascinating. I had no idea that was that. Now that scene will be different for me, from now on. What about the scene with Scorsese's actual mother?
That was great. When I'm in that when
the dinner.
What's the guy's name?
Billy Batts is in. Billy Batts.
Billy Batts is in the trunk, right? Because they beat him up at my bar.
Right.
That was really fun because one, that really was her sauce. and that sauce was really brewing for a couple of days, like an old school Italian woman or man would do. So it was like no one was to touch it. Every now and then she'd go in and she'd stir it. It was just, and then that was a lot of improv that Bob and Joe did. And one of the best one is when Joe says, "Look at this, one dog's going this way, one dog's going that way," and this guy saying, "What do you want from me?" It was just, Joe just pulled that out of the air, and it cracks me up. It was a really good one.
For that painting,
Joe's a fun guy.
Oh my God! So he sees that painting, and that was just his ad lib. How about him saying to take the knife? Was that ad lib too? He took the knife for later on.
Yeah, because we got that was because we got to get the what do you call it? The paw, the hoof. The hoof. It was just all matter of fact, like. All right, well, let's eat before we bury the guy. I mean, I'm hungry.
I love that's her real sauce that she was really cooking for the scene. That is amazing. Yeah, that is my favorite thing. She's like, are you guys hungry? You want something to eat? I'll just whip something up. And it looked like a 19-course meal, like smash cut right to like a full table of food.
His dad was in the movie, too.
Right.
His dad was the guy...
Who said that's that, right?
When Joe called, when Bob called to see what happened with Tommy, with Pesci, he gets a call and it's no good. He didn't make it.
He's gone.
Well, what do you mean he didn't make it? He didn't make it. And that was Morty's dad.
What? Yeah.
In actuality.
Yeah, the payphone outside the diner to find out the bad news. Oh, my God.
I'm telling you all this stuff because I feel like I owe you for the broken Fugazi.
It's not your fault. Somebody's, falsifying your autograph on something I spent 4 figures on. No big deal. Don't worry about it.
Truth be told, one day I saw something and I was really tired and someone came up. It could have really been mine. It hits me in the head because it was it was funny, but it was like, I felt bad. And I didn't feel that bad, but I felt bad.
Ray, you're the best, man. Thanks for the time. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.